very fake aerodynamics. So all this is styling, and yeah, that's a bit of a disappointment. Hey, it's your boy Shaun, and welcome to Supercars from the Hood. And on today's episode, I want to talk about the most disappointing thing for me at the 2019 New York International Auto Show. The first disappointing thing for me was that there was no Corvette Zr1 at this year's auto show. I thought Chevy was gonna stunt on them this year. Camaro Zr1, Corvette Grand Sport, and there was a Zr1 engine there. And something told me that the Zr1 was gonna be there, but I looked around and couldn't peep a thing. So I went up to one of the attendants and was like, "Yo, where's the Zr1?" And he told me the Zr1 was done with its tour. It was finished. It wasn't gonna be at any more events. And my first thought to that was, but the Grand Sport is here, and that's a older model. Is that just for people to sit in the car? I mean, I don't understand. If the Ford GT can come to every car show since it was unveiled, then there's no reason the Zr1 couldn't be there. And I was very disappointed that I wasn't actually able to set eyes on that car. But what can you do? I missed my opportunity. The car was there last year and only made the one auto show as far as I know. And you know, that it is what it is. Yeah, no Zr1, so very disappointing indeed. And the next disappointing thing, to no surprise to anybody, the Toyota Supra, the brand new Supra, was a complete disappointment. They had it on these displays, so you wasn't able to get up close and get inside the car and see what the insides were like. It said prototype on the windows, and there was a lot of what we like to call fakery going on with that car. A lot of what some would consider arrowy bits, but it did nothing. A lot of gouges that led to nothing. They were all just for design. A lot of fake stuff which made zero sense. It's one thing to add designs, but to have vents that lead nowhere, they don't do anything, that's some BS for what considered a sports car. And not to mention the fact that this car is basically a rebadged BMW, especially after seeing what Lexus had to offer. I can't even believe any of that. So not surprising at all, the Toyota Supra, very disappointing car for me. Yeah, so the next disappointing thing about this year's New York Auto Show was there were a lot of no shows. No Ferrari, no McLaren, no BMW, and no Volvo. Ferrari no showing in 2019 Auto Show was no surprise to me, because every time I've been there, there's never been a Ferrari display, not one time ever. And I have no idea why that is. They have a brand new car. You think they want to show off an F8 Tributo, but no, it wasn't there. Even though I was hoping a tiny bit that would bring Ferrari here to New York, but they do not come to New York, and they do not partake in the auto show. I don't know why, but you think from one of the biggest automotive brands, or supercar brands, that they would at least come and show off their brand new V8 sports car. But nope, not this year, and probably not next year, but here's hoping. Another supercar no show was McLaren. I kind of didn't expect to see them. I don't know if I've ever seen McLaren at a New York Auto Show, maybe once or twice, maybe with a P1 there, but that could have been a customer car. I don't know. I have to go through some of the older photos I have sitting around on my computer and look to see if I actually seen a McLaren at one of these events, because I do not remember. And you think with some of the new cars they have coming out that they would want to show them off, but they are selling at a pretty good rate, so it's not like they really need the kind of attention, because they get attention all by themselves. But as an enthusiast who can never afford to own one of these cars, I really would have loved to see a McLaren here at this year's event. Another company not at this year's auto show was BMW, which is really surprising to me, because they've been there every year I've gone. And it's not like they don't have anything to show. They have a couple sports cars, a couple upgrades, a couple sedans and things that they can show off, but for some reason they didn't come. I don't know why. It's really confusing to me, since they have the new Z. Maybe they had some kind of gentleman's agreement with Toyota that they wouldn't show up to the event and upstaging, but Toyota squandered their display of the Supra, so they should have just showed up with the Z. But after witnessing that Z's dub score, I can safely say that BMW's also squandered the debut of their car. And hopefully the V6 version be better, and hopefully the Supra won't just totally suck. But who knows? And another no-show that surprised me was Volvo. They had a bit of a comeback a few years ago, even though I felt the interior of the brand new cars were cheaply made and just wasn't up to my standards, whatever that standard for luxury cars is. But that doesn't mean that the cars themselves couldn't build upon what they were trying to do and become better, but they didn't show up. And I have to say that Lincoln kind of stole their thunder back in 2017 when they debuted the Continental, a brand new one, because it was similar to what Volvo was trying to do, except it was more luxurious, more affordable, not S-Class levels, but but not terrible for the asking price. Now back to Volvo. I think the mistake they made when they showed off their revived packages, they were trying to push them sedans, and here in America we not really into that type of car. It wasn't lit. We into that crossovers and them SUVs now. We not into them sedans. I'm a sedan guy. I'm a coupe guy. I'm not really into crossover. But they wasn't making that car for me. No. They was making it for people who wanted that safety and that luxury, and I'm not into that type of thing. The cars, I wasn't feeling them. So they probably wanted to go back to the drawing board. Probably come out with a couple of crossovers to fit in with the market. And that's probably why they didn't show up. I'm only speculating. I really don't know. Yeah, a couple of no-shows, and that's a bit disappointing. And this honorable mention goes to the food. This really doesn't have nothing to do with it, but I just want to put that out there. The food was terrible. It was expensive, it was terrible, and people were sitting back there in that little kitchen like they got that Hell's Kitchen popping, but it was more like a kitchen nightmare. It was disgusting, and if I wasn't hungry, I wouldn't have ate it. It was bad, I'm telling you. Just believe me. Don't buy that crap. Just believe what I'm telling you. If you go to the auto show, please bring a packed lunch or go outside the venue, because the food is bad, real bad. But back to your regularly scheduled program. Those were some of the most disappointing things about the 2019 New York International Auto Show. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I'm trying to do my best to bring this auto show experience to you guys, and if you like what I'm doing here, don't forget to subscribe if you want to. I'm not begging, but I'm saying if you want to subscribe to the channel, do that thing. But I like to bring this episode to a close. So if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. If you want to see what I got planned next, come see what I got planned next. I got a lot in store for this channel, and I really want you guys to be there with me. With that said, I'll catch you next time.